lesson is going to be on why the base of the hand is drawn the way that it is in my drawings. No one really asked for this question, but I figured that it was something worth mentioning. So, I usually draw the shape of the hand like this. Now, why? Why is an important question to ask in all walks of life? Well, let's see what happens when we turn this into a three-dimensional object, the idea that I've been meat riding for the last two videos. So after we've turned this into a 3D object, this part right here represents like this little divot here. This part is more or less like flat. What we can do is we can divide these areas into half, and we can start to think, oh, well, this is where index finger is going to come from, this is where the middle finger is going to come from, ring finger is going to come, pinky finger is going to come from. I'm making this video not just to like show you kind of the same thing that I've been talking about, but this area actually is pretty important, because let's say that we had a hand lined up and all of the fingers were of equal depth, right? This would actually bring the pinky closer to being the size of something like the ring finger or the index finger. This actually has real anatomical consequences, because if you've ever been to the gym, you'll know that the pinky finger has the worst grip of all of the fingers. If you try and do grip training with anything, don't do anything with the pinky, because the pinky is essentially useless. The story might actually change if the hand was shaped in a way where it's just this rectangle. And obviously, art mimics real life, so you want to think about the real functionality of these things, right? This pinky is deeper than the rest of these fingers. Even this this ring finger here doesn't dip nearly as far into the hand as the pinky does. And once again, I want to reiterate that the base of the hand is just the base of the hand. We are thinking about it like this really stiff object that barely changes at all. The only way that the base of the hand really moves is like this part kind of folds inwards a little bit if you really dramatically move your pinky. But that is such a minor anatomical difference that there's no way anyone would ever really recognize that that's happening. And you don't have to like constrain your brain to imagine this tiny, tiny, tiny difference that happens in the base of the hand. You can just functionally represent this movement with the folding of this fat, which I'll get to in another video. But this is really the important part here. I can't stress how important this is. Like, this area of the thumb has its own motor functions, right? This is why the thumb has turned human beings into being the dominant species of Earth, right? I think that's about all